Hey everybody, how you doing? It is Wednesday the 24th and it is absolutely beautiful outside, and was really guided to get on here and make a video and share this beautiful sunshine. I'm trying to keep the there we go. I'm trying to keep the sun off my face. I cannot believe it is the 24th of February and it is beautiful. It is so beautiful out. The wind is moving. It's warm, so warm. So do me a favor, hit like, subscribe, share. Helps to get the messages out. There's been a lot of downloads going on in the last week or so in the collective. I have been meeting more of my guides. Would love to share a story. Your guides are really trying to come in. They're really trying to make their presence known. So nothing is accident. Nothing is coincidence. You meet everybody for a reason, and really using discernment to figure out what that reason is. So, funny story. God was really pushing me to step into my divine role, my divine mission, and I was really afraid because there is a fine line between working with light and working with the dark, right? So, that's when Daniel showed up the first time. And, you know, really started getting to know Daniel and Daniel's story. And, you know, Daniel went into the lion's den and God said, you know, you are here to do what you're here to do, and I'm going to protect you. And that's exactly what he did. And then almost exactly a year later, I'm going into another situation and I'm scared. And I say, God, I feel like I'm walking into the lion's den. And Daniel shows up again. So on my birthday, I decided to go have lunch at the Cheesecake Factory. Definitely one of my favorite places, and it reminds me of California. So we go, and I'm telling one of my dear friends that, you know, this is what I'm being led to do, and I do feel like this is part of my mission. This is part of what God wants me to do. And we're talking about everything, and then we noticed that we're sitting there for a while and the waiter still hadn't showed up. So he walks up and introduces himself, and he's like, hi, my name is Moses. Ding ding. I've got my music going too. He said, my name is Moses. I said, oh my goodness, I about had a heart attack right then and there. So I'm sharing this with you guys because right now our guides are really trying to make themselves known, and some of us are ignoring, or we're playing it off like it's a coincidence, or we're just not understanding the messages that are coming in. Ding. We're not understanding the messages. So this is where I like to keep it simple, because we are human, okay? We're human. And so if there's a message, ding, if there's a message coming in, I literally will say, hey, can you dumb it down for me? I'm not quite understanding. Same with the frequencies. When my angels first started trying to communicate and I could hear them, I would say, I hear you, but I don't understand. Can you change the frequency? And then they would, and then it would make sense. So a lot of us are that bridge from the higher realms to the 3D. And our guides are really trying to come through. They're really trying to communicate. And, you know, it's been pretty cool to discover that 2 of my guides, besides my angels, and, you know, it's Moses, Didi, and Daniel. You know, it's kind of mind-blowing. So I pulled some cards to see what's going on in the collective. Some of you are really having a hard time letting something go that's not meant to be with you. Okay? And ironically enough, it's the chess set. And I always say divine feminine, divine masculine is very similar to chess. Divine feminine, the queen, protects the king. So maybe somebody has mistaken a king that was not quite king status. And once you let that go, once you release it, you're stepping into a new beginning. And this is a 39 card, which breaks down to 12, which breaks down to 3. So this is divinely guided. Because this is, it reminds me of the phoenix rising from the ashes. There is a new beginning being born, but you have to let that old, go. You got to let it go. Because if you don't let it go, and really calling in your guides, that's the reason why I was talking about the guides, and getting to know them, because they are really trying to help you in this birthing process. There's so many that are in that cocoon, and when I go into that cocoon phase, it's like I'm in a void. It's like I can't access my gifts, or things just kind of turn off. But they're turning off for a reason, because we've got to go through, you know, we're working on 2 different levels here. We're working in the 3D, and then we're working in the 5D too. So the more healing that we do in the 5D, it's kind of got to catch up with the 3D experience. So that void happens because our bodies are trying to catch up with what's already happened. As you continue to let that go, it's going to take off. Like, really take off. And this is a 47 card, which breaks down to 11. There's something about the flag. And I'm hearing something about a race. This is not a race. It's not a race to the finish line. And really surrendering to the game. Because ironically enough, you race, it's a sport. You play chess, it's a game. The game of life, surrendering to the process, surrendering to the journey, and allowing the new blessings to be born. You know, something that rings really loud to me a lot when I'm in that cocoon phase, I have to remind myself that in order to bring your blessings in, you have to make room. So you can physically make room, you can emotionally make room. You know, it's all very symbolic. And your guides are really trying to communicate with you, and for some reason, the radio is turned off. And it's connected to fear. Because I'm hearing, oh my gosh, if I was really wrong, how can I trust myself? And it's not a matter of being right or wrong. That's the ego talking. That's the ego. It's a matter of trusting and just, you know? Let's see. It's 11:01 on my clock. Let's see if we've got any more that we can pull. You know the saying, Divine Feminine, you lead the way. You lead the way. And there's a fortune cookie. And it says, nope. It's in the middle of the board. Nope, let it go. The sunshine is trying to come through. The birds are singing. The birds are singing. Okay, so as you release this, I have altar. The altar reminds me that we need to have our sacred space to always give thanks to God. Always give thanks to every step of the journey. Really grounding in that grace of gratitude that no matter where you're at, there's a boy I know, he's the one I dream of. Listen to. Oh, there's a hawk. Okay, so really tapping into that grace and being grateful for all of it. How will I know? How will I know? How will I know if he really loves me? I fall in love whenever we meet. I'm asking you, what do you know? Okay, so how will I know? You're gonna know by the way it feels. You're gonna know with how easy it is. You're going to know by how graceful it is. You know, when we are triggered, our body is physically trying to tell us something. Healers, when you were triggered, it is not always necessarily meant that there's something in you that you need to do. You may be picking up on residual in the other partner, okay? And this is perspective. really changing the way that you're seeing it and going based on how you feel. Not what you think and not what you want to happen, but really how you feel about it. That's when you really awaken to that essence. There's a lot of communication in the 5D. A lot of communication. Pay attention to songs. Let's see if I can get a zodiac connected to this divine masculine. This is definitely a message for divine feminine. Okay, so allow the tower to fall. I'm getting an air sign, Empress, High Priestess, okay? Tapping into that mother energy, that intuition, okay? You're going to know because it's not going to be hard work. It's not going to be work. That's how you know. Okay? If it is work, allow the tower to fall. So you can have a new fresh beginning. I see Libra, Taurus, air signs, Gemini, Pisces. Yeah. Allow 1711. Allow the tower to fall. Do what's loving to self first. Okay? Love you guys. See you soon.